Hey, beautiful souls.
Welcome to Bitter to Beautiful. I am Coach Charmin D, energetic, heartfelt, and always keeping it real.
And I'm Coach Lynette, more reserved, tenacious, honest, and a little funny.
Together, we're here to guide you through transforming your bitterness
Into something truly beautiful. Join us on this journey of healing and empowerment. Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another episode of Bitter to Beautiful. I'm your host, Coach Lynette. Today, we're diving into the love language of receiving gifts, gift giving. We'll explore how meaningful gifts can create a deeper emotional connection and express love in powerful ways. Coach Charmin?
Absolutely, Coach Lynette. I am Coach Charmin D, and together we'll be exploring the meaningful gifts that can act as powerful expressions of affection, creating lasting emotional connections. We'll also discuss what can happen when this love language isn't properly nurtured in a relationship. The scripture reference is James 1:17. The NIV version reminds us, every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. This verse highlights the beauty of gifts, both big and small, an expression of love and care mirroring God's love for us. Another verse that illustrates the power of gifts is Proverbs 18:16, also the NIV version. A gift opens the way and ushers the giver into the presence of the great. The scripture shows that gifts, when given with a sincere heart, can open doors to deeper relationships and understandings. Coach Lynette?
Oh, I just love Proverbs. I love the description about giving with a sincere heart because that really matters. So let's define this love language of gifts, receiving gifts. So this love language involves expressing love by giving thoughtful and meaningful gifts that tell the recipient they are loved and cherished. It's not about the monetary value, but the symbolic thought behind the gift. True fact. So, gift giving has been a fundamental aspect of human interaction that transcends cultural boundaries, serving as a universal way to celebrate, communicate, and strengthen social bonds. Psychological studies suggest that giving and receiving thoughtful gifts can significantly enhance emotional well-being and deepen interpersonal connections. Coach Charmin, let's talk about what happens when this need or this love language is met.
Okay, so what happens is enhanced connections. When individual receives gifts that resonates with them, let me express resonates with them, it significantly boosts their sense of connection and belonging, affirming their value in the relationship. It increases affections. Thoughtful gifts can increase feelings of love and appreciation, making the recipient feel special and valued. Emotional security. It creates emotional security. Consistently receiving gifts can enhance a person's emotional security within a relationship as it acts as a reminder of its partner love and connection. It really makes you feel like someone is thinking about you when you receive a gift, especially if you're not expecting a gift. Receiving those flowers at work, even though some people are allergic, I'm just saying. Receiving those flowers at work really can make a difference. Coach Lynette?
So let's talk about what happens when the needs of this love language is not met. So one can feel feelings of neglect if gifts are absent or lack thoughtfulness. Individuals who value this love language might feel neglected or undervalued. And remember, it's not just about the money, it's about the love that people receive. Another way is doubts about affection. A lack of meaningful gifts might lead to the recipient to doubt their partner's affection or commitment, potentially causing emotional stress. Cannot help it. This is something that they need, not want. Then there's weakened bonds. Over time, not addressing this love language can weaken the relationship, as the recipient may feel that their emotional needs are not being understood or respected. So we see here that it ties to emotional needs. It's not just the monetary value, but there's an emotional need that needs to be met. So let's start with a question, right, Coach Sherman? So how do you embrace the gift of presence in your relationships, and how has this gift impacted your emotional connections?
Well, you know what? Before we go to the questions, I just wanted to just express something that I was thinking about, and it's a part of our talking points. How the thoughtfulness behind a gift holds more value than the gift itself. We find, and especially with me, I just gotta be honest, I am one, when I give gifts, I like to know that the person wants the gift. Like for my husband, for an example, I'll look in his Amazon cart to see what he has in his cart if I wanted to buy him a gift, because I know that that's what he wants, so I'll get it. You have to be mindful when you're giving a gift. You want to make sure, one, that your gift ain't regifted again, because if somebody don't want your gift, they're going to regift it. But you have to be mindful that you want that person to appreciate the gift that you give them, not the gift that you want to give them because it's something that you wanted and you gave it to them, but the gift that they want because it's something that you're thoughtfully thinking about them wanting. So I just wanted to make that point. So your question is how I embrace the gift of presence in my relationship. And as I've mentioned this before, actually on our 5 tips that we did on Thursday, my husband's love language is quality time. So we spend meaningful, intentional time together because it's important. It's important to him, and it's especially important to me. But one thing I realize is that spending quality time together quality time means being intentional about what you're doing. That's what I feel. And me being on my cell phone while we're spending time together is not quality time, and especially not how he sees it. So I've had to readjust. So what we've done is we've incorporated a fun Saturday routine with breakfast, lunch, and shopping together. And because I feel that that's what he needs, in a way, because quality time is not my love language, by the way, but it is his. It creates a special bond between us, especially with bonding over food. Bonding over a meal is always good. It's nothing ever wrong with that. But it's helped us to reconnect. We laugh, we talk, we have conversations, no cell phones, no interruption. It's just me and him, breakfast, lunch, and shopping together. Window shopping most of the time, but having fun together. So it's really helped our relationship. And also, what it has done, it has helped deepen our conversation, because now that we're looking eye to eye, we're not texting or on our phones or checking messages. It's definitely helped the communication part. And for the follow-up question this week, what I'm going to try to do is to be present, and being present is aside some uninterrupted time to talk to a friend. There's one of my friends who believe that because we're all so busy, we don't have time for her. And listen, life be life, and we do have a lot going on. But I am going to be intentional this week by spending time with her, just listening, hearing her out, and giving her uninterrupted time and being present to show that she's valued, to show that I love her. Colonette, how do you approach gift giving in your relationships to ensure that it resonates with the recipient's emotional needs?
Well, that was that was good what you shared about being present, Coach Sherman. That was really good. A lot of times our presence, just being around someone is a gift in itself. Whether you're someone that someone can talk to, or someone that can, here's physical touch, give a hug or something, or just sitting there being a listening ear, whatever way people underestimate just the power of your presence. Even if you're invited to something like a party or a wedding or something, and there's a lot of other people there, somebody wanted you there. Because your presence has been meaningful in their life. So let's not underestimate that. Um, so gift giving and relationships for me, the way it resonates with the recipient's emotional needs. So I like giving, and unlike physical touch from strangers, I would give to a stranger where I see a need, or they need, or I see that maybe they need cheering up, or maybe there's a missing link somewhere. If I don't know them well enough, I probably should have been a detective, but it's not the field of choice, because I will find out from someone's going to know what would make this person smile, what does this person need, and I'm very observant, so I'll pick up, oh, it could be something small, like I noticed that this person always needs something to write on and they never had, so I'll get a notebook and a pen, something simple, right? And it doesn't have to be so expensive. I'll make sure that it has nice colors and stuff because I like the visuals, but it's something so simple, something that someone didn't think about or have time to do for themselves. I was able to give to them, right? And then we talk about the love languages not being met. So again, with love languages, there are times when we may know our own love languages by what we appreciate when given to us, whether it's gifts or something else. However, we cannot always love people the way we want to be loved. We have to love them the way they need to be loved. And even as we talked about the description of gift giving, it's something that anyone who has this, especially at a higher level, it's something that they need. It's how they receive love. It's how, and I say that this love language, receiving gifts, along with acts of service, go hand in hand together, right? Because you have to listen and pay attention to what is being said, whether I like something, I don't like something, and then, paying attention to what the person has. Now, should everyone have gratitude? Absolutely. You should be gracious. But at the same time, for a number of years, I received flowers from someone. They just kept buying me flowers. And every time they bought me the flowers, I literally had to turn the flowers face down because I'm allergic. And, it causes a respiratory reaction for me that is quite uncomfortable. So, eventually, after a few times of them buying me flowers, I had to say, I'm allergic. So I appreciate the fact that you're thinking of me, but I really can't take it, and I don't want you to waste your money. So if you can think of anything else, I will accept a card. I will accept, something else, but please don't get me any flowers anymore. Oddly enough, I still had to repeat myself because the person continued to buy me flowers. And, one day I just took the flowers and I threw them in the garbage in front of them because I had gotten so frustrated after repeating myself, not once, not twice, but a number of times, and they kept buying me flowers because that's what they wanted to do. And they were trying to love me the way they wanted to be loved. But it caused me a great deal of frustration because they kept getting me something while, I like how they look. Flowers are very pretty, especially when they're arranged nicely, but my respiratory system does not like them. And so, you know, some may say that I should have been gracious, but my health was of a concern, and the person did not hear me. So then, while the gift came from a good place in their heart, they didn't remember who they were giving. So I basically told the person, you're doing this for yourself. You're not doing it for me, after I said this is something that I not only don't appreciate, but I can't appreciate it. So when we're giving gifts, we have to be mindful of the receiver as well. There may be something that you like, but they may just like it on you or for you, and may compliment you all the time. But when it comes to giving it to them, it may not be for them. Think of going into a dressing room with a friend and they're like, "Oh, that looks great on you. Why don't you try it?" And the person knows that the gift is not for them, but it looks great on you, and they'll celebrate you. So it's very important that when you are giving gifts, that you consider the person and what they like. Even though you're giving it from their heart, you could be giving them something in a color they don't like, a scent they don't like. My friends know, don't give me anything with scents because I'm going to regift it. And that's something, instead of throwing it out, I'm telling you that that's something that I cannot do. Are different scents. There's certain scents I can't. It's just a lose-lose situation with me. So you got to know who you are gifting. And just like your time and your presence, if you're going to a place like a movie, because that's presence and that's time, make sure it's enjoyable for both parties or all parties. Coach Sharman?
Wow, Coach Lynette, you said a lot of important things and you gave a lot of good tips. One of the things I just wanted to re-emphasize is that it's essential. Let me just say that again. It's essential to take time to understand someone's love language, to determine how they best receive love. Because being intentional about loving someone in the way they need to be loved is key to building strong, meaningful connections. Remember, it's not about you, because sometimes we make it all about us. It's not about you. It's about meeting their emotional needs as well. So although you need your need, you need your needs met, you have to also meet their needs, which is really important, especially if they're working very hard to meet your needs. So I just wanted to express that because that's really important, because I think sometimes we get stuck in the fact that it's about us, and it's really not, but I'm just saying no. So the application for embracing the gifts of presence. Remember, all gifts are tangible. I'm sorry, let me say that again. Remember, not all gifts are tangible. Sometimes the most meaningful gift we can give is our time and our presence. Being there for someone during difficult moments is a priceless gift that creates a lasting emotional impact. One of the things I want to express is that, and I don't have a lot of friends. I can count the amount of friends that I have on my hand. And there is a group of friends that I have from high school. And oh wow, I feel old. It's over 20 years of friendship, over 20 years. And we don't talk to each other often. We may speak texts, maybe go out maybe once a month, but we don't talk. But I think one of the things that I can remember the most about the gifts that they've given me is when they're there, when there's something going on. It's like you say it, I got this going on, and the drop of the dime, they're there. I find that I don't have to speak to you every day because you know I love you and you know I got you. But when something is going on there, it's like you don't have to even question if they're going to be by my side. And I love that. I truly love that about my friendships. Um, so the outcome. By offering your presence, you strengthen your emotional connections, making the person feel valued and supported. This is a non-material gift that can often be more cherished and remembered. Coach Lynette? Oh no, I forgot the action. Give a gift of presence by setting aside uninterrupted time for someone you care about. This can be as simple as listening without distraction, or spending quality time together doing something they love. Coach Lynette?
Application step number 2, giving thoughtful gifts to show love. One of the most impactful ways to connect emotionally with someone is through thoughtful, intentional gifts. It's not about the monetary value, but the thought and effort behind it that matter most. The action step is to pay attention to the little things that make your loved ones feel special. This could be their favorite snack. Oh, yes, give me my favorite snack. Peach rings, thank you. A popcorn, a book they've been wanting to read, or a handwritten note. Selecting a gift that shows you listen, care, and know them well. I eat fruit and vegetables as well. So, the outcome. Thoughtful gifts create meaningful connections, showing the recipient that you see and appreciate them for who they are. It fosters a deeper bond rooted in love and understanding. Outside the flowers, I've received other gifts that I truly do appreciate. And, honesty goes a long way. I feel like a lot of people feel like graciousness is just receiving gifts that they may not like, and they end up collecting and regifting. But I don't think that it strengthens the bond of a relationship if the person really does not know that you're not fond of what you're giving them. You don't have to be nasty. You don't have to be rude. You can just say, I appreciate your thoughtfulness, but I really don't care for this, or I am allergic to this, or whatever it may be. I think that there is a way to be honest and transparent, because otherwise you're just leading the person on and they're potentially wasting time and money either creating or purchasing a gift for you. So honesty goes a long way, and I believe that honesty will strengthen the bond of the relationship when you get understanding of who you truly are and who they truly are. Coach Charmin?
Oh, wow. Good information, Lynette. So, in conclusion, gifts, whether material or gifts of presence, have the power to deepen our emotional connection and express in love meaningful ways. It's all about the thought, care, and intention behind them. Coach Lynette?
Embracing the love language of gifts is more than just giving objects. It's about connecting. It's a language of love that can bridge the gap between our hearts. We encourage you to think about the gifts you give and the gifts you receive, and how they can create deeper bonds in your relationship. As we wrap up today's episode, consider how you can use thoughtful gifts to deepen the emotional ties with those you love. Remember, it's the thought and love behind every gift that truly counts. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope today's discussion inspires you to celebrate and cherish your relationships with every thoughtful gesture. Thank you for tuning in to Bitter to Beautiful.
Peace.
As we wrap up today's episode, we want to extend our deepest gratitude to you, our listeners. Transitioning from bitter to beautiful isn't just a moment, it's a movement, a continuous journey of transforming pain into power, one heart at a time.
And to all our first-time listeners, welcome to the family. We are a community of souls committed to healing, growth, and transformation. Click on the link in the bio to subscribe to our mailing list and tune in every week. When you subscribe, you'll also receive information about our live pop-up rooms on Clubhouse.
As we embrace life's journey and find the beauty in overcoming bitterness, remember, bitterness isn't beautiful, and your healing is just the beginning of a beautiful new chapter.
Don't forget, new episodes are released every Saturday. Whether you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, or Listen Notes, there is a space for you here to find healing, inspiration, and strength.
Thank you for joining us. Until next time, keep embracing the journey, keep healing, and keep transforming. Here's to turning all our bitter experiences into beautiful victories. See you next time.